Well, hello. Today I come to you from a slightly different gray void than my usual gray void because I am at home for the holidays. I hope the video and audio are okay because I wanted to make this video. I didn't have time to make it before I left New York. And yeah, it's gonna have to suffice because today I wanted to make a special Christmas themed video offering you a framework to think about Christmas movies. So this video topic is inspired by a conversation that I had with my friends earlier this year about the Nicole Kidman hot mom film with Zac Efron, A Family Affair. When we watched A Family Affair, we were all independently shocked to discover Christmassy elements in the film, and it sparked a debate of whether this was or was not a Christmas movie. So I've been thinking about it, really reflecting on the question of what is a Christmas movie. And I have come to the realization that whether something is a Christmas movie is in fact not a binary, but there are many different levels of Christmas movie. And so I would like to walk you through this idea, offer you a framework for how to think about Christmas movies. My heart is very, very open to additional suggestions, but I've come up with 7 Christmas movie levels. One of them is level 0. So I've come up with 6 distinct levels of Christmas that I hope will help the world discuss Christmas movies in a way that is meaningful. I think I may have cracked some reasons. Oh, by the way, none of these levels are a referendum on the quality of the films. There are excellent films in all levels of Christmas, including level 0, because most movies are level 0. It's not a value judgment, it is simply a Christmas judgment. The only value we are judging is how Christmas is it. So yes, lots of love to most of these movies. There are components that may tip the scales, such as general vibes. Christmas has varying levels of bearing on the plot of these films, which is most of what I'm thinking about. But I think if a film has enough vibes or enough pictures of Christmas trees or whatever, or holiday activities, even if the plot is actually not that Christmas, I am willing to bump it up a level. As the levels increase, they absorb the qualities of the levels below, yeah? It gets more and more and more Christmas as we travel up the tree. Oh, a graphic. I've had an idea for a graphic. And I will say, I do think the categories, they get smaller as we go up, right? Because there's a lot of boxes to check. There's a lot to fulfill by the time we reach a level 4, definitely a level 5. Bear with me as we discuss. To begin, most movies are not Christmas movies. Most movies are not even trying to be Christmas movies, and that's okay. The example I put on my document is Saw. Saw is not a Christmas movie, right? Most movies are not Christmas movies, so that's 0% Christmas, level 0. Pretty straightforward. Christmas being depicted in a movie doesn't inherently make it a Christmas movie. For example, in Mean Girls, there are multiple iconic Christmas-related scenes, but I would not consider Mean Girls a Christmas movie. Christmas is there as a representation of the passage of time. The point of Mean Girls is not Christmas, even if Christmas happens and fun stuff happens at Christmas. Mean Girls Christmas is iconic, but I would argue not important to the plot. And that is the difference between this level and the next. Okay, level 1 Christmas movie, I would say, is a film in which Christmas is there as an excuse for people to get together. And I just think if there are other reasons those people could be getting together or traveling or whatever, it's not actually as Christmas as you think. So maybe kind of a hot take. People like to say Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and while Die Hard happens at Christmas, the Christmas is not actually inherent to it. I think the events of Die Hard could happen at another time of year, and it would still make sense. The story would still make sense. Hot take. Another film I'm putting in this category is Serendipity. Serendipity starts at Christmas with those characters shopping for gloves or whatever, but they could have been shopping for gloves at any other time. They just happen to be doing it at Christmas, and there are Christmas vibes. But it's not the point of the movie. Do you know what I mean? Similarly, I have included The Holiday in this category. Christmas itself is not actually that important to the film. These characters could have house swapped at any time, but Christmas adds a little something special to the experience. The Holiday is maybe one that I would bump up to level 2 based on Christmas vibes. But I think like if we are really, really getting critical about how Christmas is the movie, I think that this is the category where the holiday wants to be. Although the New Year's of it all is very exciting. Many great films in this category, many iconic films in this category, but again, is the Christmas significant? That's what I wonder. Now, another hot take. I would argue that a fair number of Christmas rom-coms, including Hallmark movies, are technically level ones. Like, yes, you are going back to your hometown. Yes, maybe you're like eating with your family, but could that happen at another time of year? I would say yes, for the most part. I would argue that the Hallmark movies are normal, mediocre rom-coms with Christmas elements added to make them feel more special. But maybe I'm just being a hater because I find the Hallmark movies kind of mind-numbing. I would say that these are level ones, and maybe I would bump them up to level 2 in terms of vibes. But for the most part, I think you will be surprised to see how much more Christmassy things can get in comparison to your Hallmark movies. I watched The Merry Gentleman this year. I watched Our Little Secret this year on Netflix. These are both films that I think happen at Christmas because those are times when people are gathering and going home, but the plots themselves were not inherently Christmassy. Our Little Secret could have happened around a birthday celebration or a wedding or whatever. It didn't need to be Christmas, but it was. And I do think that Christmas elements are very marketable, and where people might not watch your mediocre rom-com just because it's a mediocre rom-com, as soon as you superimpose Christmas on it, suddenly it becomes more interesting to a certain kind of person. So I think that's where a lot of the Hallmark movies fall, with relatively few exceptions. So that's my hot take. Hallmark movies are actually minimally Christmas. They're like level 1, maybe 2, based on vibes. Yeah, that's my hot take. Now we move into level 2. In this category, important things happen at Christmas. Beyond a reason to get together, I'm talking about plot significant things happening at Christmas / because it's Christmas. So again, not just like a family is together, but for example, I would classify definitely Harry Potter 1 and probably some of the other ones. So it's been a minute. Harry Potter 1 is a level 2 Christmas film because yes, Christmas is depicted, but beyond that, plot significant activities happen at Christmas time. Christmas is when Harry receives the invisibility cloak, which is like very, very, very important to the plot. So I consider that a reason for it to be category 2 and not just a movie where Christmas happens. I would include Annie, the musical, definitely the stage show. I forget about the movie. But in the stage show, it's Christmas, and the finale in the original musical is literally we're getting a new deal for Christmas as she meets FDR and she inspires him to create the new deal at Christmas. So that's pretty significant. It's like the whole finale. It's Annie, it's Christmas. So I would classify definitely stage show, maybe movie. Again, it's been a while, sorry, as a level 2 Christmas. I think Home Alone is an L2, that the events of Home Alone are happening because it's Christmas. It's not just coincidentally Christmas. Christmas is definitely important to the plot, but it is not necessarily integral to the plot, if that makes sense. I think I would say Little Women is kind of between level 1 and 2. It definitely has warm, cozy, familial vibes. There are significant Christmas plot points, such as their father coming home from the war, I think on Christmas leave, but it's not like the point of the movie, even if it is more significant than like Die Hard. Actually, a lot of classic Christmas movies fall into this category as well. I have Me and St. Louis, which again is kind of like in between level 1 and level 2, but the significance of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, the family moving around Christmas, I think bumps it up. Christmas is showing the passage of time, but it has just a little bit more plot significance. The difference between L1 and L2 is subtle, but significant. I would classify It's a Wonderful Life in this category. White Christmas, I think, is in this category. It has enough Christmas vibes and enough plot happening at Christmas that it's worthwhile. Another rom-com I would put in this category is While You Were Sleeping, which I just watched a couple weeks ago and had a great time with. I put While You Were Sleeping in this category instead of level 1 because I believe that the events of the story of Sandra Bullock's character her integrating with Peter's family wouldn't have happened if she hadn't been feeling very lonely at Christmas. If she had only been feeling lonely at a different time of year, she may not have pursued spending time with that family. But because it was Christmas, she made those moves. Does that make sense? That's where level 2 is. Plot significant things are happening at Christmas because it's Christmas. I'm also including a Christmas prince in this category. It's not that Christmassy, but there's like a significant plot item hidden inside a Christmas ornament. And I think like the royal family always does their coronations on Christmas or something. And I'm like, you know what? It's tenuous, but it's enough. It's more Christmas than Mean Girls, which is more Christmas than Saw. So that's where we are right now. Yeah, it's a spectrum. It's a spectrum. Again, and you know what? If you take issue with these placements, feel free to leave a comment, make your case, and we'll see if we can work with the framework. I'm putting Rent in level 2 as well, because major plot points in Rent are happening at and around Christmas. And the song Christmas Bells, which isn't in the movie, but which is a banger. I include Hot Frosty in level 2 because even though Hot Frosty is a non-denominational winter movie, there's a very obvious sense of Christmas magic to it, even if they don't explicitly talk about Christmas all that much in the film. The Christmas magic and the vibes put it above your typical Hallmark movie that is just like traveling to a hometown and falling in love with a local lumberjack baker. Okay, so now, having fleshed out level 2, I am going to demarcate this really specific shift into level 3. Level 3 and beyond, it's serious. Like level 3 and beyond, it's probably kind of weird to watch these movies at any other time of year than Christmas. And the way that I'm defining that is what I'm calling the Christmas necessity threshold, or the CNT, where the plot would crumble if it were not Christmas time, okay? That's what makes it distinct. So like the plot of Hot Frosty could have any time in the winter if it weren't for the non-denominational holiday magic. Okay, so some films that I consider to be level 3 as they have surpassed the CNT are Love Actually. Say what you will about Love Actually, but the Christmas vibes are vibing. I believe that there are enough Christmas significant plots in the film that Love Actually successfully surpasses the CNT. Similarly, I include The Holdovers in this category. It's happening because it's Christmas. If it wasn't Christmas, the plot wouldn't happen. I would say you're a Christmas Story, you're a Jingle Jangle, you're Jingle All the Way. Your toy-centric films, those are L3s because Christmas is our major gift-giving holiday. Whether you are making toys, giving toys, buying toys, wanting toys, wishing for toys, all of these things are specific to Christmas. You would not be fighting your neighbors for toys any other time of year. So CNT, Christmas necessity threshold. I am also placing the Chronicles of Narnia in level 3, just past the CNT. In my opinion, Narnia is even more Christmassy than Harry Potter as a warm and fuzzy fantasy movie because, firstly, Santa is depicted. He delivers inherent important plot items by giving the small children their Christmas weapons. And the appearance of Christmas indicates not just the passage of time, but that Aslan is growing in power and the White Witch's hold on Narnia is weakening. So I consider Narnia an L3, a solid Christmas movie filled with Christmassy vibes. And I'll also say that Narnia's Christianity metaphor is strong. We've tipped over, we passed the CNT. If Christmas didn't happen, the plot would not be what it is. National Lampoon Christmas Vacation breaks the CNT. The whole point, the driving force for Chevy Chase, LOL, is that he wants the family to have a perfect Christmas. And because that is like a specific plot point in the film, that puts it at level 3 beyond the CNT. The Princess Switch is an interesting case in which the films become increasingly Christmassy. The Princess Switch is in the Hallmark category, I would say. The inciting incident of the Princess Switch is that the main character, played by Vanessa Hudgens, is invited to a Christmas baking competition in a fictional European country. A neighboring country is ruled by a princess who's also played by Vanessa Hudgens. The subsequent Princess Switch films are more Christmas than the first one. I would argue that the Princess Switch 1 is maybe like a level 1.5 Christmas movie. It's as Christmas as any Hallmark movie. Princess Switch 2 maybe gains a couple extra points because the coronation happens on Christmas for some reason, but it's not like inherent to the plot. Princess Switch 3, I think, solidly hits level 2, maybe even breaking the CNT, because the characters are planning a Christmas festival and trying to rescue the Star of Peace on loan from the Vatican. I think those things are significant enough to the plot to, if not surpass the CNT, definitely tap against the CNT, the glass ceiling of the Christmas necessity threshold. I think the classic Christmas movies, so your Dash and Lily and Let It Snow, the extended John Green Christmas teen universe, are probably L1s, L2s. Let It Snow is a non-denominational winter movie, but I'm bumping it up to level 2 because of the overwhelming festive holiday vibe. I think Dash and Lily does successfully break the Christmas necessity threshold by having Lily as a big Christmas girly. She brings the Christmas vibe, she puts him over the edge, and then family, the travel, and just the New York Christmas vibes of Dash and Lily cannot be overstated. Therefore, I classify Dash and Lily as a somewhat rare Netflix CNT breaker. Next, we come to level 4 Christmas films, which include The Spirit of Christmas, Believing, and or Christmas magic. And I'll say Christmas specific magic because Hot Frosty has magic, but is it Christmas specific magic? In this category are some of those classic Christmas films, such as A Christmas Carol, because the whole point of the movie is that Scrooge comes to accept the spirit of Christmas through supernatural elements. Miracle on 34th Street, similarly, Santa is here and he is real and you need to believe in him. Frosty the Snowman, I would also consider a level 4 because it's about Christmas magic. Frosty is given life because he is made of magical Christmas snow. Undeniably Christmassy movies that rely on belief and the Christmas spirit. This is level 4. The Nutcracker and extended Nutcracker universe, I'm putting in level 4 because of Christmas magic. I think the Polar Express would also fall into this category. It is a very important plot point that the young boy, hero boy, learns to believe in Santa. Another level 4 that I would include because of Christmas magic is The Preacher's Wife. We've got a Christmas angel coming to Earth to do Christmas stuff. Ooh, but does that make It's a Wonderful Life a level 4? Okay, so I would say, perhaps in a controversial take, I'm placing The Preacher's Wife at an L4 because it has Christmas angel magic and believing in Christmas and also literally believing in God. In comparison, I think It's a Wonderful Life has these supernatural elements too, but there's just a lot of other stuff that's not actually Christmas in it. Like the focus of The Preacher's Wife is what puts it over the edge. Whereas the Christmas of It's a Wonderful Life is actually relatively diluted. It's relatively diffuse Christmas. If you have to believe in Santa or believe in Christmas or stop hating Christmas and start loving it and spreading holly jolly cheer to your community, that's level 4. A deep thematic commitment to Christmas, belief, magic, the supernatural. That's level 4. Okay, level 5. I would consider a level 5 Christmas movie one in which we experience an existential threat to Christmas. It's not just about believing in Christmas or having Christmas magic. We're saving Christmas. So I'm talking about The Grinch. I'm talking about The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm talking about Rudolph. Like, these are the movies where it is serious and Christmas may not survive the year. The stakes couldn't be higher. Okay, so the final Christmas category is level 6, Christmas all the way down. I'm talking Elf. I'm talking the Christmas Chronicles. I'm talking the Santa Claus. It's all Christmas all the time. We're probably at the actual North Pole for some part of the film because that's how Christmas it is. Really above level 4, it would be weird to watch these movies any other time of year, but like level 6, you are holly jolly, you are filled with cheer. It's undeniable. And I think that's fun and that's exciting. Like Elf is one of the most delightful films I've ever seen. And you got believing in Christmas, saving Christmas, going to the North Pole, family vibes, running around New York. Like, gosh, I mean, what more could you ask for in a Christmas film than a level 6? Do you know what I mean? So this year, we've got a couple new Christmas movies. We've got Red One, which I think is definitely at least a level 5. Like, we're saving Christmas. Christmas is under existential threat. Santa has been kidnapped. I wouldn't be surprised if it hits level 6 and becomes a full-on 100% Christmas movie. I spotted a Christmas tree in the trailer of Nicole Kidman's Baby Girl, and I see that they are releasing this film on Christmas. So I'm very interested to see how they are positioning Baby Girl and if it manages to break the CNT or if it is in fact just a normal movie with a Christmas tree in the background and or Christmas vibes, which would make it the second Nicole Kidman hot mom, not really a Christmas movie of the year 2024. It remains to be seen. So yes, let me know what you think. Do you find this framework useful? Was this a total waste of time? Do you like my void? And yeah, let me know. Convince me about any other Christmas movies. I'm ready to learn. My heart is open. But yes, it's so hard to sign off these videos, but it's been a fun little year making videos for you. I'm really happy with the stuff I've been able to accomplish in my own creative life. And I have so many more ideas. And there'll be some fun new activities and interesting things coming up in the new year. So get pumped. And yeah, Christmas. I am so grateful to you for following along this year, and I look forward to sharing more stuff with you in 2025. Wow, I can't believe that's like a real number that a year can have. Like, comment, subscribe, make a case for your favorite Christmas movie and how Christmas it is. And yeah, I'll probably see you in the new year. Wow. Okay, bye.